this shirt just says it all for today, okay? Tomato temptress extraordinaire. I'm about to tempt you to buy all the varieties I'm about to talk about because finally I have figured out what my top slicers, well, I'm actually doing a series, but today's video, what I'm about to show you are my top slicers of 2024 growing season. This is long overdue and I apologize for that, but with, you know, the holidays, procrastination, just feeling like, I don't know. But here it is. My name is Jen, and me and my husband, Ben, we do a whole bunch of taste tests. So I'm going to be fitting in clips of some of the taste tests that we did over this summer, 2024 summer. So you'll see him. But these are my favorites, not his. So we taste test, we're here in northeastern West Virginia zone. It's like 6B, 7A, kind of in between there a little bit, I would say. This was probably my hardest gardening year. I think I started in 2019. So we started with the heat at the beginning of June. It was a pretty warm spring too. My plants got going and started flowering earlier than usual, and then they started to fruit earlier than usual, and I'm thankful for that because I got them in the ground earlier than I normally do, which yay me, because if I hadn't, I might not have gotten to taste quite a few of them. But we started with the heat and the drought at the beginning of June, and it did not leave until, I don't know, I think it was late August when we finally got a decent rain. And then again, after that rain, a more drought. So West Virginia, like my area, was in a severe drought. So today is December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve when I'm recording this. And I want to get this first video of the series up on the 1st. And then after that, I'll just have them trickling because I'm recording a few of them today. I'll record some tomorrow, the next day. So I should have all these up by, let's just be real, the end of January. So in this series, I'm doing my favorite dwarves, my favorite cherries, worst of the ones I didn't like, or I guess I should call them never grow agains. They weren't like bad tomatoes, but for me, I didn't like them. What else am I doing? Oh, surprisers, ones that wowed my socks off. So that would include things like the saladettes or weird shaped ones. Let's see, what else did I say I wanted to do? Sweet. Ones that tasted nothing like tomatoes. The ones that could go in surprisers, but I had a whole separate video. I had enough of those that I was just like, these are super sweet, super delicious. So those are in that video. So there's going to be a series of these fun videos. So let's just get going because I'm already like 6 minutes into this and I still haven't even started my first one. Okay, so the first one, let me get up my notes here. I want to make sure I tell you information, because when we do the taste test, we don't really deep dive into like where the tomato's from or who created it, all that kind of stuff, where you can buy it. We just taste them. So this one I wanted to give a little bit more information. Big Zebra was the first one. So let me see. Yeah. So these seeds, I got my seeds from Tomato Eden. So that's one place where you can get that one. It was very interesting with the coloring because some of them had a lot more green striping and then there were others that had a lot more red striping. And you'll see that in the clip that I put up. They were two very different looking, but they were delicious. And it was a really good producer. And it was one of those ones that when you slice into it, the outside or the inside looks different than the outside, which you know I love. I'm a big fan of that, like the ones that you slice into and you're like, bam, it's like, wow, really, really pretty. So it was pretty on the outside, gorgeous on the inside, and it tasted amazing. And it's described as being like a medium to large slicer. I would say between 8 to 16 ounces was the average for me. So it was pretty good, decent sized tomato, and pretty productive for the kind of conditions it was going through. I hope I like it. Yeah. Lots of flavor. That's got, whew, it's very sweet. Lots of flavor. It's also, I think it's pretty tart too. It's got like all the things I like. Like it's just, it packs a punch.
It's a 6.
I think all the zebras are like that.
It's good. I think
it's pretty good. What do you think, babe?
I think all the flavors are...
They go well together.
Well together. They're not overwhelming or overpowering each other, where it's either tart or sweet. It's all pretty good consistency.
Next one, Bear Claw. So I got these seeds in a trade. This is actually a variety from Greenbrier County, West Virginia. And it was a friend's suggestion. She suggested it in, I think, a couple of videos last year that I should try growing Bear Claw. It's a mid-season big pink slicer. And it's kind of flat, slightly ribbed in shape. Okay, yeah. It is, like I said, it's from Greenbrier, West Virginia, discovered by a person named Kim Carey. So I'm a collector of all the West Virginia varieties because I live in West Virginia. So those and the ones in the area around me, I like collecting those. They're like Appalachian varieties, which are always, they seem to usually be very good tomatoes. So I'm kind of collecting them. Of course, West Virginia, because I live here. So, but it was delicious. It did not disappoint. I'm so glad that she suggested it to me. It was very meaty, juicy, great flavor. It would have been an excellent producer had it not been over at Materville. I guess I didn't tell you, I have two gardens. If you're new here, if this is new to you, I have two gardens. I have the one here at my house in the back that goes down the side of a cliff. And then I love tomatoes so much, I needed more room to put tomato plants. So I had a family member that let me put some on their property. It's like two 100-foot long rows where I just stuff as many tomatoes as I can. But this past year, the deer got into the garden and ate up everything. Plants, the tomatoes that were unripe, the ripe tomatoes, and Bear Claw had quite a few tomatoes still on it. And then when I went over, everything had been eaten off of it. So it would have been a good producer, I feel like. So all around, I really enjoyed this tomato. It doesn't have the amount of seed to gel ratio. That's my favorite. Excuse me. I like a little bit more seeds and goo.
That's an interesting one. That's got some weird aromas going on in there, man.
Mmm. Yeah. That's good, yeah. Mmm. That's delicious. You are right. Bear Claw. Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
That's got to be my favorite pinky red that we've tried this year.
That's very sweet.
Oh, that's good. That's probably going to make my top 20.
That's pretty sweet.
That's going to make my top 20. Mmm. I was worried I was not going to, because of just looking at it. It kind of looks kind of...
I thought that was sweeter.
Kind of looks kind of blah.
Pretty sweet, though.
That's a 6.
That's sweet.
That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent for a slicer. That's nice.
Yeah, it is very sweet.
That's a nice tomato. And it made a gorgeous, both of these look pretty much identical. Gorgeous looking. I guess I didn't say, all of these tomatoes that I'm talking about, I have this plan, this vision that after 5 years of doing this, where I grow like 400 varieties of tomatoes every year, and then I pick my favorites. There's gonna be a year, which I think it might be more than five years. I'm thinking it's gonna be 5 years, where maybe I'll just have one or two rows that I pack full of all my favorites. It's gonna be like the epic garden year of just yummy, yummy tomatoes. All the ones I'm talking about, these are all ones that are gonna be in that garden 5-6 years down the road. Next one, E-Tornado. So these are from a company called Kleverhof. Kleverhof means clever farm in English. If you go to the Kleverhof store, they have a Martian series, which I grew some of those. You'll hear me talk about some of those in my favorite cherries. And then they also have it's called an Elements line of tomatoes. And they came out with new ones for both of those lines, which I will be growing those in 2025. But E-Tornado was one of the ones I grew in 2024. These were gifted to me by my friend Kina. Thank you, Kina. There's a lot of my favorites that were gifted to me by my friend Kina. So you'll hear me say that a lot in this series of videos. E-Tornado is like a heart-shaped, almost to a point, large orange slicer. Now, I picked it when it was yellow because I thought it was ripe, but then it sat on the counter for a week or so and became orange. I was just like, oh, I'm glad I didn't taste it when it was yellow. I don't know, when when your tomatoes are first starting to ripe, you pick them and you think, oh, and they're not quite ripe. And then later on in the season, you let them and they get prettier and prettier. This was one of those. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous when sliced, bright orange when sliced, very meaty. And Kleverhoff describes it as getting to between 250 to 300 grams, which I agree with. It was like medium to large slicer. They also say it's resistant to late blight, which is awesome. And this was one that just like right away, slap you in the face with flavor, delicious.
All right, let me get a little.
Looks like it's got a decent seed to gel ratio. Oh, I like it. That's nice. Whoa now. That's yummy. Oh, that's fruity. And when you touch it on your tongue, it's like all of us, you get lots of flavor right off the bat.
That's good.
That's really good.
I like that.
I like that too.
It's very
it's got the
very sweet, tangy.
It's got the good meat to gel ratio that I like. Yeah, that's a good flavored tomato. It's got a lot of flavor, a lot of packs a punch. It's like a party in your mouth kind of tomato. Party in your mouth?
It's good.
This
was not
a total party in your mouth.
This is a 5.
5? Really?
3. I thought it would be a little sweeter than that because it was
it's very sweet.
It was good and sweet.
It's fruity and very fruity.
Yeah.
Next one, number 4, is Bow Mango. So this was a trade. I got these in a trade, Bow Mango, and it's a green one ripe. This one was bred by UC Davis and Organic Seed Alliance. And I wanted to, when I was looking up this one, it was said that in 2023, it won first place in San Diego Seed Company's taste testing results. So I just learned this and I was like, okay, yeah, it does taste good. I bet it was a winner. It was described by them as tropical and fruity, which I agree with. A medium to large slicer. Sliced into, it was bright and beautiful and just like, I think in the video my face lit up when I cut into it. It's one of those ones that just makes you happy. And then when you taste it, whoa. And I believe I said that it would make an amazing tomato sandwich because it's like the right size for a tomato sandwich and just slap you in the face with flavor, delicious, fruity, tangy, like it had everything. It was definitely a favorite for me this year. Whatever. Beautiful. I gave a good wedge. Ooh. Woo.
Add some tartness.
Tart. The meat to gel ratio is perfect, and the meat has a little bit more bite to it, like I like. I like that one.
It's okay. Pretty good.
That's a good, in my opinion, sandwich, mayo, BLT. Oh yeah.
For a BLT, I'm more of like a classic tomato person.
Let's see how
I
sweet
like the
it
tart
is.
ones for like a turkey sandwich.
6. Yeah, so that's about probably how sweet I like mine. About a 6, I think. That's a gorgeous tomato. A gorgeous green one ripe tomato. Bow Mango. Yay! All right, number 5 is Butterscotch Stripes. Another green one ripe. You'll see a theme. I do like green one ripe ones. Now, there are some I don't like. I tried Kiwi this year. It was green and white. Didn't care for it. What was another one? I know there was another one that I was just kind of like bummed because I didn't like it and it was a green one ripe. So not all green one ripe taste the same, but this is Butterscotch Stripes. You can get these seeds at Bounty Hunter Seeds. So what happened was Sean from Bounty Hunter, that's the owner of Bounty Hunter Seeds, Sean grew out a variety called Shadow Dancer. And of the 4 plants he planted, one of them produced these fruits, which he then named Butterscotch Stripes. So then Sean then continued to grow seeds from that one. He's not sure how quite stable it is, but mine looked exactly like his did. So I grew Butterscotch beefsteak last year, and I believe I got those from Bounty Hunter as well. He might have Butterscotch paste as well, but I like the Butterscotch one. It's gorgeous. So it's green and that terracotta orange butterscotchy color on the outside, and then when you slice into it, it's beautiful butterscotch color on the inside. And I love the seeds to gel. The ratio of that was great, but I really liked it, and it was a good producer. So Butterscotch Stripes, dripping everywhere. All right, I'm hoping I like this one as much as I like the Butterscotch. I thought I started seeds for Butterscotch Paste. Was it Butterscotch Paste that I grew last year? Or just Butterscotch?
Butterscotch Paste doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. They do have a Butterscotch Paste. I thought I started seeds for it, but I don't know if I did.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. That's good flavor. And I like the meat to gel ratio. The meat's got the consistency that I like a good bite to it, not mushy or slimy.
My skin's a little chewy. This has got some levels.
That skin's not nearly as bad as
This has got some levels to it.
Taxi. I like that one a lot. I thought that I might because I like Butterscotch so much. So it's got that good. Yeah, I like that one. Very fresh. I don't know.
It's good, but it's
bright.
Like, it's like tart, and then it goes into something else. Kind of like what you're calling your smoky flavor. You feel that?
No, I don't get no smoky. I get a brightness.
No, I don't get no. Well, right off the bat I do, but then it changes. Are you getting different like flavors?
Yeah, I mean, as it rolls around in my mouth, was it toxicity? Not toxicity.
I forget what we said. The flavonoids, I
the
think.
flavonoids mixed around.
Or something like that. I forget. We're going to have to rewatch our old tomato taste tests.
The next one I have, this one was gifted to me from a friend, Momini salzi. My friend from Romania sent me these seeds. It was over in Materville, and I did learn something about this variety. It does better at producing bigger fruits in the second half of the season, which I never got there because the deer ate it. So I at some point want to grow this again, not only because it tastes so great, but because I think it could be an excellent producer, because I did get quite a few fruits from it at the beginning of the season. They're saying it's better the second part of the season, like it originates from Bulgaria, so it's a Bulgarian variety. You can get seeds from Tomato Faifu, and it's a 300 to 500 grams large slicer, like a pink red slicer that's slightly heart-shaped. And it was incredibly meaty, incredibly juicy. It was delicious. I really liked it. Boop. Yeah, it's super juicy. Very juicy. That's my favorite so far.
It's pretty good. It's sweet.
Very sweet. Very juicy.
Very juicy.
Almost a little more juicy than I like, but the flavor is really good.
It's way juicy.
Yeah. I bet that's pretty sweet. I'm gonna guess like a 6.
Splash. That is like a 5.9. You're pretty close.
Okay, next one is going to be, this one I'm excited to talk about. This one was my first blow you away with flavor tomato. I had tasted, I think when Ben and I had done a couple of taste tests, and nothing had wowed me. And I thought, oh my gosh, because the weather being what it was, I thought, is it affecting the flavor of my tomatoes? What's going on? But then I tasted this one and I thought, nope, just hadn't gotten to the good ones yet. This one is Miss Scarlet in the kitchen with the knife. So I want to reiterate, it's in the kitchen with the knife. So if you see it and it says in the kitchen with a knife, because these were seeds that were, these were seeds that I got in the MMMM swap, and it's actually spelled wrong. So it's in the kitchen with a knife is what they wrote on here, and it's in the kitchen with the knife. So the actual creator of this tomato told me this, and he wants it to be spelled correctly, in the kitchen with the knife. So just like the game from Clue. So I love the name of it. The man that created, his name is Gary Fitzgerald, and he also is the host of the MMMM swap. I have a couple of videos on that swap, a haul, and then how to participate in it. But he's created quite a few tomatoes. He also created bacon lettuce in this, which is one of Lauren's favorites from this year. Her favorite red. She tasted it and it was like, she's never been wowed by reds, and that one wowed her. I tasted it, but I think that my plant was struggling, so the flavor of it was still good, but I don't think it was as good as what it could have been. So that one, there's like 2 that I'm growing next year that I grew this year, and that is definitely one, bacon lettuce in this. Miss Scarlet, oh, it's beautiful. Again, I don't know what it is about the heart-shaped reds, but there's a few of those in this video. But it's, again, a heart-shaped red, really meaty, and it had a brick scale of 6. But it was just, I really enjoyed. When you put a piece of tomato, when you put a bite of tomato in your mouth and you're just overwhelmed with flavor, that's the kind of tomatoes that I like. And this was it. And I was so happy that I finally got to taste a good tasting tomato. It's kind of like heart-shaped.
You ready?
Uh-huh. Wow.
It's really sweet.
Oh, I'm so impressed with this.
That's a good one. I like that.
I love this one.
The skin's like lingering in my mouth a bit.
Yeah. All I got left is skin
Just
here.
the outside, you know.
But my gosh, that flavor is good. Yes, finally. Finally a tomato that like...
You like that one?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that's yummy.
that's pretty good.
That is a good...
Check this sweetness. It's pretty
Okay.
sweet.
Oh,
Seems
that's
like it's
yummy. That's a yummy tomato. I thought it was going to be kind of mealy because it kind of looks like it might be mealy.
Right.
It's not.
It's not, no.
It's not incredibly like juicy.
And I mean, it's got a lot of juice. It looks like
Yeah,
it doesn't.
okay.
When you start chewing
Yeah.
it up, it does.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that the meat really holds the juice. You know, locks it in there, so it's not. That'd be a good sandwich tomato. You know, because
Oh, yeah.
well, because you know when you put it on there and then all the goo like
Yeah.
how do you this one's a scarlet in the kitchen with a knife. Everybody needs to get some seeds for this one.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait. 6. It's a 6 on the bricks. Yeah, it is definitely pretty sweet. Wow, I'm saving seeds for this bad boy. Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
that's a good tomato. I'm so excited for that. You
I'm
wouldn't
glad that
think
you're
I
excited
would not.
for one of your tomatoes.
I would not think that my first wowzer was going to just be a red tomato. Wow, Miss Scarlet in the kitchen with the knife. Long name, but a great one. And I love to grow fun named tomatoes as well. Which, going along with that theme, my friend Lauren sent me seeds for this one. Now we had lots of jokes, lots of fun laughs over this one. Its name is Assol. So, you know, Assol. Listen to that, Assol. So if you just let that roll over your tongue a little bit, you'll kind of get what I'm getting at with that one. This one, I'm so glad Lauren gave it to me. I put in my, like a naughty area. I had like a part of a naughty row, and this was in it with a bunch of other kind of naughty named tomatoes. I will be doing that again this year. I've already got a handful of tomatoes lined up with naughty names. The seeds are from Tomato Galaxy. I just did a haul. Yeah, so the seeds were from Tomato Galaxy. The packaging from Tomato Galaxy is great. So I don't know if they're still available at Tomato Galaxy or not. He like has a certain amount of seeds he sells, and he sells out pretty quickly of lots of really great stuff. There's Tomato Galaxy, and then he also has another shop. It is called, oh gosh, I just did a haul of all the ones I got from that shop too. It's the same guy, and he's got 2 different shops. I don't know why, but both places, the packaging is exactly the same, and it's just beautiful. The pictures of his tomatoes, you'll want to buy them all. But that's here nor there. So Assol is a large red heart, 200 to 250 grams. I would agree with that. I also wanted to say that Lauren did a great review on this on her Instagram. So if you don't follow Lauren on Instagram, it's Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and she just put up a ton of awesome reviews of the tomatoes that she grew this year. So go follow her, or her Facebook page. I think she's on Facebook too, as Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. She probably put them up there. Or go join TLC, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. That's our Facebook group. She puts the reviews up in there too, but she does some really very detailed, in-depth reviews of her tomatoes. I absolutely love to read them. Go check her out. Yeah, it was a good tasting tomato, Assol. So
looks exactly like the name.
No.
That one's got a crack in it. What?
All right. I like that. It's like smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
it's good.
like
It's not. It's okay.
like slippery.
Let me get a little taste of that
Slippery
again.
smooth. Like the meat is not mealy, but it like melts in your mouth. Not much of like, you know, like traditional tomato flavor. I think it's pretty sweet.
I like it.
I
You
want
want to test it?
I want to test the sweetness.
Test that Assol.
I want to see how sweet this Assol is.
A little Assol juice on there.
I mean, this is, I don't know how I'm going to put this up. There, it's dripping wet.
You're going to have to put definitely not for kids. Do not watch this if you have kids.
None of my videos I have for kids. Whoa!
What is it?
7. Well, I mean, that's pretty sweet for a soul.
It is.
Got you! Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a sweet one.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. It's good. I like it.
Everybody's gonna want Assol.
Yeah.
Assol. Assol.
Wipe it up a little bit.
I gotta wipe this soul juices up. Okay.
Nasty.
I'm gonna drink after that. And if you haven't watched my naughty taste test, you really should. It's a good one. It's so funny. I got a lot of good reviews on that taste test. Next one, Indiana Red. I was finally able to try Indiana Red. I've been trying to grow this dang tomato. This would be my 3rd year, I believe, trying to grow this tomato from the same seed stock. The dang thing is so finicky to get started, like the seedling of it. I don't know why. It is wispy leaved, so the foliage is very like dainty. I don't know if that has something to do with it, or the seeds that were saved that I'm using. This is a Jim Wyatt variety. He loves this tomato. This is probably his all-time favorite red, I think, at least when I asked him at the seed swap, because I got to meet him at a seed swap and asked him about his favorite red. He grows a ton of these every year. It's a big seller. I know why now, because it is quite tasty. We'll put that clip right in here of me and Ben tasting Indiana Red that I was finally able to grow. And I will say, that's the only one I got to taste because the deer ate the plant right afterwards. So, bummer. I can't tell you about production, but in his description, he said production's really good. So, this will probably be one I try growing again at some point, but from my own seed stocks, because hopefully it'll be a little bit less finicky as a seedling. They germinate, but then the plant dies. Like, it's not the seeds weren't good.
It's good.
That'd be a really good sandwich tomato. Really nice. I'm trying to see if it's... No, it doesn't have that mayo flavor.
Yeah,
the meat's really good. I like the consistency of the meat. It's, would you call it a heart-shaped tomato? They come to like a point. Gorgeous. Very nice. Not very acidic either.
It'd be more like a teardrop.
It's not sweet, it's not acidic. But finally, I get to take it. But Alma tricolor. So these seeds were from Carolina's. This says Pride, but I think it's Paradise. I think it's Carolina's Paradise, but I got these seeds in a swap from a friend. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on this one. It's bred by a masterpiece breeder, apparently. His name is I'm gonna butcher this, Alfirov from Kazakhstan. If you're interested in his varieties, because he has quite a few that he's bred, in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, the Facebook group, Lauren has compiled a list of all the varieties that he has bred. And so now I am collecting those as well. This was probably, I don't know if this is the first variety that I've ever grown of his. I'll have to go and look at the list. It was gorgeous. So it was this kind of medium-sized slicer. It had like deep dark coloring. I don't even know how to describe the coloring, but then the shoulders of it were green, and then when you sliced it, it was gorgeous on the inside. And then the flavor, okay? Like, there's just nothing bad I could say about this tomato. It was just really good all around and everything. And it was one of those ones that was interesting flavored. Like, it was smoky, wine-like. It was like a darker colored tomato, so some of those have that umami flavor. I would put that one in that category, umami. So I really enjoyed this one. One of the more unique varieties that I grew this year.
You sure?
Smells like it's gonna have some deep flavor.
Okay.
It does. Ooh.
One of them smoky ones.
Yeah. A little bit of like
very juicy,
like wine flavor too, I think.
Wine?
Smoky wine. That's very complex.
I don't know what wine flavor is.
You know, when you're drinking red wine and it's got that.
Like grapes?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. Ooh, so pretty.
It's good.
I'm gonna set that piece over there.
I don't think it's very sweet. It's very juicy. I'm thinking only a 5.
It's got a little bit of sweetness to it.
I'm thinking 5. What do you think?
I think it's a good one to grow, and you should do it.
This one is about like a 5.
5?
Yep.
I don't even know why. All right. Ooh, this is going to be a long one. I'm sorry if this is going to be a long video, because I do want to fit in my, put in my taste tests. Not only just because if you don't watch all those other ones, and this is like the only one you watch, I want you to see how we do taste tests, so maybe then you'll be hooked and want to watch next year's. But also because I like to have it separated out into these videos. So I'm sorry if this is like an hour-long video, but it is what it is. Next one is West Virginia Sweet Meat, another one of Jim Wyatt varieties. You can see you need a magnifying glass to read that, because he always puts a ton of information on his seed packets, which I love, with the picture. I don't know if I can read this. Yeah, outstanding flavor, I would agree. High yield. Now, I want to say this. This was over in Materville too, and I would say it's an early producing high yielder, because I got probably 6 or 7, and this was my biggest slicers of the year. They were huge. They didn't weigh a lot, but for what I got this year, these were the huge ones. And there was a ton more fruit going up the plant, but the deer ate everything off of it. So I think it would have been like a major, major heavy producer, as well as it was delicious. This one, seeds originally came from Patty Brown of Ohio. Patty's mother, who lived in West Virginia, bought a plant at an Amish nursery at Hidden Valley, Marsdale, Pennsylvania. And then Patty saved seeds from the fruits. Patty called it sweet meat, and then shared the seeds with her gardening friends via Tomatoville and Gardener's Web in the early 2000s. So those are two like websites where a bunch of tomato lovers get together, swap seeds, swap information, all that. So I never even heard of Garden Web, so I'm gonna look that up. Then the West Virginia was added to the name later on, which indicated the origin. So yeah, so this one was massive. I was thinking when the fruits kept getting bigger and bigger, I thought, oh, I'm gonna get my 3-pounder, but then they stopped. I was nowhere near 3 pounds. I didn't even hit 2 pounds this year. The weather just was not in my favor. Plus I don't water. You can get seeds from this from Tomato Fifu. You can get seeds from Jim White. You can get seeds from Bounty Hunter Seeds. A lot of people grow this. It's a really, and I know why now, it's a really great tomato. Plus it's a West Virginia variety, so I just had to have it, had to grow it. And this was one that Ben really liked too, which there were quite a few this year that he liked a lot. And I was just like, I'm not tasting what you're tasting. But this was one we could both agree on. We both really like this one. All right. Ooh.
Classic.
Classic, very classic. Even more classic tomato than the Jarsons.
That's sweet, I think.
And very sweet.
Very good.
I think it's a little bit more ripe than I would like it.
Classic tomatoey.
It's a little more ripe than I would like it. I think it would be like at this ripeness is where I'd kind of like it. But it's a good red tomato.
It's real good.
You like it a lot?
I do.
It's only a 5.
Is it? Wow, I thought it was sweeter than that.
Yep.
Wow.
But it's got like good meat to gel ratio. It's a little bit, like I said, I think it's a little bit more, I don't want to say it's mushy, but it's not as firm with the meat that I like them to be. All right, next up, where are we at? We're at like 12, I think. All right, Sandburg Green when ripe. So got these seeds from my friend Kina. So I grew Sandburg and then Sandburg Green when ripe. I didn't like Sandburg at all. It was a really pretty tomato. I did not like it though. But Sandburg Green when ripe, whole different ball game. And it is originally from France. It's a medium to big, flattened type of slicer. Gorgeous, beautiful, green when ripe. You can get seeds from Tomato Fifu. I described this one, I believe, as, and sometimes I'll do this with different tomatoes. This is a very Lauren looking tomato outside, and then when you cut it on the inside, this is like a tomato Lauren would love. I don't know if she's ever grown it before. I'll have to ask her, but I think she'd like it. This one was one that wowed me because it had multiple stages of flavor, right? So like you put it in your mouth, it hits you with the tart. And then as you're chewing it up, you're getting a little bit of the acidity going on. And then at the very end, it slaps you with a super sweetness. So it was one of those ones, and I tend to really gravitate toward those tomatoes where it's just multiple things happening in your mouth and you're just like, ooh, what's going on? Great sandwich tomatoes those make. So I loved Sandburg Green when ripe. Make sure it's the green when ripe, not Sandburg, because completely different looking tomato, completely tasting different tomato. Sandburg Green when ripe, that one was the winner. Here's the inside. All right. Boom.
Oh.
That's gonna be, I'm gonna say something I really, really enjoy.
Well, the first one tastes like a green bean.
Okay, the Sandburg.
Yes, the red one.
All right, which chunk do you want?
Great.
It wasn't that great. I hope this is different. But it's really pretty. Like I like, did I show you the bottom of it? That's a Lauren looking tomato. Oh, you put it in your mouth already, huh? Woo. Tart, acidic. A little bit of sweetness at the end. I love the meat to gel ratio. Way better than regular Sandburg.
Try that piece. Tastes different to you?
No, tastes just as good. But it's tart. It's definitely got a tartness to it.
Maybe I had Sharpie.
You
I had the Sharpie.
No, Sharpie's right there.
Sharpie.
He didn't get any. Oh.
That must have been that Sharpie flavor. Woo!
Sharpie's non-toxic. They don't make it toxic
Oh,
anymore.
look, a little more. Let me cut that Sharpie
Yeah,
off
don't
of
be
there.
eating a Sharpie. People will worry about your health.
That's back to regular.
Okay. You really taste the Sharpie that much?
Whatever I put in my mouth, it was really different.
Okay. All right, next one. Another Jim Wyatt variety, Berg. I got these again in a trade. A lot of these I got in a trade or gifted. I don't even know if I bought any of those. Big Zebra. I might have bought Big Zebra. I don't know. So Berg. It's a family heirloom from the Berg family. Berg. It's a family heirloom grown for many, many years by the Berg family. It's a potato leaf variety. I feel like it would have been a good producer too over in Materville, but like I said, it got eaten. I did get quite a few tomatoes off of it, but it's a medium to large pink beefsteak. It was delicious. I'll put in the clip of us tasting it right here. I think it tastes very similar to
That's good. That's close to that.
Momini salsa.
That heart-shaped one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a little sweeter though.
Yeah, a little bit sweeter. You want to test it? It's good though.
I like that one. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a
It
sweet one.
doesn't
So we
scream
liked-
classic tomato to me though.
We've liked Moses,
That's almost.
Momini
no, it's
salsa?
under. It's a little under because it's
Berg.
like 5.6.
It's 5.6. Yeah. Well, it's still pretty sweet. The next one that I like, and I don't have the seeds for it. I could not find my seeds for this. I don't know why. They're somewhere. But it was Elliot County Orange. So I grew this one last year, and the plant I grew gave me these beautiful red fruits. So I decided, I don't know whether it was a variant or a cross or what happened, but it gave me these massive looking pink, huge slicers that tasted delicious. I decided I needed to try it again, grow it again this year. Elliot County Orange. I wanted to try it for real, and I did, because it grew orange, gorgeous looking slicers. They weren't as big as Elliot County Red. I'm calling it Elliot County Red. This one was really good, like the meat to gel ratio, it had a good bite to it. When I say a good bite, like I am not a fan of tomatoes that when you slice into them, all of the seeds and goose splooge out. I like my tomato slices to hold up, right? I want all the stuff to stay in them, not squish out. So this is one of those that has a good bite to it. The meat and everything is like the consistency that I like. Good seed to gel meat to seed gel ratio, all that good stuff. It was a good tomato. It didn't have the wow factor that I like, but it was just good. It was a plain good old tomato. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Super fruity. That's good. Good meat to gel ratio, like I like it.
That's good.
That's a good tomato. It doesn't have any like the zing wow factor, but it's
I don't got no zest.
no zest.
No
But
zest.
definitely a good flavored tomato. What we got there,
Look
dear?
at that. I did so good.
You did very good.
I did so good. 5-ish.
Wow, that's pretty good. Yep. I'd say 5.25.
Well,
It's got some big old seeds in it. The last one I'm gonna talk about is another funny named one. This one isn't naughty named, but it's funny named. Elbonian puddle duck. Now I got a story for this one for you too. I actually have another whole taste test that I never edited. I will be editing it for the satisfaction because I did take the time to sit down here with Ben and taste all the tomatoes. I will edit it, but it'll probably go up, I don't know, somewhere in between the ones I'm doing. I knew, because like as I'm thinking about the tomatoes and I was looking through all of our previous videos and everything in my notes, I was just like, I know I feel like, and I couldn't find this tomato in my taste tests. And I was like, I know we tasted that one because I liked it a lot. And so I started searching, and by golly, I think I found two tomato taste tests that I have yet to edit. So, I mean, we tasted a lot of tomatoes, and I was trying to edit them. This was like the year of procrastination for everything for me. I don't know whether maybe I just overwhelmed myself. I don't know. But that's here nor there. Last one, Elbonian puddle duck. You haven't actually seen Ben or I taste this one, but I'm going to tell you, we liked it. You will eventually see it, the taste testing. I'll probably put the clip of that here, but you'll see the whole taste test video at some point. So don't worry, because we tasted some good ones in that one. I'm like, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a good taste test. It's funny, you know, but yeah. So this one is one that had like that deep dark coloring. Again, it had that umami flavor. A lot of those deep dark colored ones have the umami flavor. It's got a great name. I got the seeds from, again, this one came from the MMMM swap. They came in that one. And there's like a whole Elbonian series. I'm growing, I think, quite a few of them this year. I traded with a friend who grew like, I think, all of them. And she you know, she had grown all of them, and I was just like, I want seeds for all of them. So I'm going to grow a bunch of the Elbonian varieties. But yeah, there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. What was some of them? Elbonian mud ball, Elbonian, I can't think of them, but if I remember some of them, I'll put a list here. But it, you know, I enjoy tomatoes that are different, are interesting, and this was one of those. I really liked it, Elbonian puddle duck. So, because I was like, that's the wildest name ever. Elbonian puddle duck.
Yeah. Puddle
duck. Like, two really fun words. The word puddle is fun, and duck is fun.
Duck like the animal or like the verb? Like which one do you think's fun?
I was thinking the animal. I actually had 2 ducks when I was growing up.
Because I don't think ducking things is fun.
No, that's not fun. I hated dodgeball. Anybody else hate dodgeball?
Ducks are fun.
I was one of the lamos that would go up and just get tapped out at the beginning. Like, I'm surprised they even let you do that. But I don't like fast balls, no matter how squishy or soft they are. Like, if they would use foam balls, which maybe they do nowadays, because I'm sure those kids would whale that ball. And I didn't like it. They can smell your fear. Exactly. And I was fearful, and I just did not like that. I don't even think they'd let you play dodgeball anymore.
We're not that soft now, are we?
Well, I did enjoy playing it somewhat at that trampoline place, because that was just like a big squishy foam ball.
That was fun. I was tearing them little kids up.
All right, let's slice this bad boy. Elbonian puddle duck. Pretty. Nice looking tomato. Oh, that smells rich. Oh, no. We're gonna do a slice.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun.
Well, somewhat of a slice.
Yeah. You want to cut that in half? It's not a wedge. I don't care what you say. It's a slice cut in half. It's different.
Okay.
100% different.
Okay. Oh, I just totally touched my nose with that one. I knew it was going to be rich. That's got deep flavor. It's really good in the beginning.
It's good at the end too.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wonder how fruity it is. I had someone in the comments tell me bricks is meaningless. How'd she put it? I don't know.
Does it mean anything? Like almost anything?
7. It's just the sugar content.
Yeah, well, exactly. But, like, see, like, this is a 7. Like, this was a 7.5.
I felt like
the one we had was really sweet.
Yeah.
And it was less on the bricks. But that's because it didn't have much else going for it.
Yeah.
This one here has a lot of different flavors intertwined, working as one.
It's cool to see the numbers. It's cool to see the bricks, but it doesn't mean everything. Like, ones that I didn't think tasted sweet were actually sweet on the brick scale, like 7.5. And, you know, it's just something fun to add into the mix.
Well, I mean, this doesn't mean anything either. That's good.
It does for some people, then they might want to try it. Whereas if we taste like this one where I say I can taste the antho a little bit. Somebody that doesn't like antho at all.
See, I couldn't taste the antho in that.
I have this other half.
We already had that.
And try it again. Just.
Which?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's nice.
Yeah, there's a hint of tanginess.
Elbonian puddle duck. Whoop.
What was the bricks on that?
Almost a 7. It's good.
Yeah,
I believe that's it. Yep, that is it. I'm not even sure how many that is. Is that 15? I think that's 15. 15, my top 15 slicers of 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's probably going to be super long. If you stuck with me this long, leave a comment down below and tell me if you're going to grow any of these. I would love to know which ones you've already decided you're going to grow, or that I have now, the tomato temptress has tempted you to want to grow. But until the next one, I'm going to sit here and record the cherries right now. So until that one, until the next one, guys, which hopefully will get edited very, very soon for you. This one's going to get edited tomorrow morning and put up. But I hope you all do enjoy your day, and I'm excited that I'm finally doing these. Bye, everyone.